I've been obsessed with Victorinox watches lately. Not because of anything other than nobody really talks about them. There's an alluring appeal to watches that exist in the shadows of the watch community. I don't think owning a watch defines who you are as a person, but sometimes it can be cool having something that's different, even in something as insignificant as branding. Which leads me to the Victorinox INOX and Dive Pro. I've already covered the INOX, but I had to include it in this video because I just wanted to. From a degenerate collector's point of view, they're good as a pair. I like them. Here are the dimensions for both. For reference, I've got an 8-inch wrist, and no, I don't know if it will look good on yours. And don't ask me why it has a 21mm lug width. Swiss watch designers are fucked in the head, and that's just something we have to come to terms with. You'll see the Dive Pro on various different straps throughout the video, and that's just because I'm still trying to figure out which configuration I like the best. It originally comes with a simple but well-made rubber band. These watches are a good hybrid of unique and familiar, meaning that while they're not the same old boring watches you'll see everywhere, they still retain design elements that ground them to generally accepted design standards. For obvious reasons, you can see how they stand out, but it's not so much to where it's ridiculous. Both have those futuristic angular lines, and I gotta say it's doing it for me. On paper, there's nothing overtly special here. They both have Sellita SW200 movements, steel hardware, sapphire crystals, lume, and all the typical Swiss branded bullshit we've grown accustomed to. However, in hand, there's something else. They are very solid, and they certainly give off at least the illusion of quality with how they feel. Of course, just because a watch is heavy doesn't mean it's tough. Anyone can make a heavy watch. These watches are marketed as indestructible, and while I have no reason to doubt that, I also have no reason to believe they're any more indestructible than any other tool watch. Looking inside the case, you're not going to find a different layout or build construction that would suggest they're more tough. What you're going to find is a standard screw-down case back, a standard O-ring, and standard movement holder, nothing more, nothing less. The Dive Pro does have what I believe to be a Faraday cage, so it's got the whole anti-magnetic thing going for it if that's something important to you. It also has a rotating bezel, but you're not going to write home about it. It does the clicky bezel thing, just not noticeably different from any other diver. I'm not shitting on the watches, I still think they're tough. I'm just saying I don't think they're tougher than any other good quality field or dive watch already out there. They are clean as fuck though. The INOX is exceptionally sharp with that proprietary guilloche dial. There's really nothing quite like it. I've had it for almost a year now, and every time I wear it, I like it more and more. The Dive Pro has the day date function, which is always a welcome feature. It's basically a SKX from an alternate timeline. Although, because of the monochrome bezel, I'd compare this more to the Tudor P01. Not the same, but kind of the same. They say comparisons are the thief of joy, but that's only if you're too dumb to think and make decisions for yourself. The Dive Pro does share similarities with legendary watches from the past, and that's okay. It's one of the reasons why I like it. The hints of color are small but impactful. The touch of red on the INOX and the yellow on the Dive Pro tie everything together. I wouldn't overthink it. I had some comments on my INOX review trying to analyze the mathematic reasoning for the red, and all I can say is sometimes, in this subjective chaos that is watch collecting, you have something there just because. Some things exist solely to tickle your brain pussy, and that's all. The The yellow arrow is actually useful, as it acts as a second reference point to line up the bezel pip quicker. Regardless, I'm fine with the form over function here. It doesn't take away from anything and adds a little bit of character. Like I said, on paper these things aren't anything special. Really, the biggest selling point for me is how almost mysterious these watches are. Maybe it's because Victorinox is more of a tool company and not a watch company, so they don't get advertised within the typical group of incestuous watch reviewers. When you pair the lack of coverage with the ridiculous stock renderings online, I couldn't resist. It was almost like Victorinox was challenging me to buy them, like they were daring me not to. And I never back down from a challenge. Gator don't play that shit. So anyways, if you were also curious about them, here you go. I did the work for you. Overall, it's something different than the typical watch you'll see online, so I'm down with it. That is all. Stay classy. I sure as hell won't.